Hello, everyone, and welcome back to my YouTube page where I give my opinions on the BLs that I watch and sometimes GLs too. All right. Today I'm going to talk about four BLs. All right. There's a lot going on. There's a lot of BLs that are coming out. I can be making what do you call it, individual videos for them. So I'm going to put four of them together and then just make a video on that. And for some of them, I don't really have much to say, so it's best to just make it with the other ones where I have a lot to say. But regardless of that, I'm still going to keep this video under 10 minutes. There's a long intro, so I'm just going to go straight into it. All right. So the first story that I'm going to talk about is my stubborn. I love that story. I love it. I love it. When I watched the first three episodes, I thought it was a good story. I thought it was decent. There was some little stuff here and there bothering me. I made a video about that. You can go check that out. Right. So I thought it was decent overall. So when I decided to continue with the fifth episode, I wasn't really excited or ecstatic about it. I was like, you know what, this is cute. Let's just enjoy it for what it is. But I started it and I was surprised by how invested I was in the entire story. And I was like, whoa, that actually surprised me because I was like, I was just surprised by that, and I really really enjoyed the story. I love the dynamic. I like the little back and forth. I I don't really have much to say about it except that I love it. There isn't much that bothers me, though the son character could be a little bit better because he's a bit of he's a bit annoying to the Juan character, but it is what it is, right? Eventually, he's going to learn. At some point, I want the Juan character to learn, and understand that he can do better than a man who's not willing or ready to admit that he likes him and stuff, right? Because we don't have time for that, okay? Just say what you want at this point. Because why are you playing with the man's feelings like that? Talking about I'm teaching you how to have sex, because you were not good at it, and with me you're gonna be great, but don't do it with anybody else. Though it's like, boy, don't play with me. Do not play with me. We know what this is. So yeah, I hope eventually Dwayne learns our lesson, and basically by the end of the episode 5, it looked like he may learn that lesson. So we're gonna see in episode 6, and yeah, I would definitely be seated for that. But yeah, anyway, so that's how I say about that. And also, I enjoy the second couple. Their story feels, I don't really know exactly what's going on, but it feels cute. So I'm vibing, and as usual, I like the feminine dude in the office with the girl. I love the little stuff that they have going on. Anyway, moving on to the second story, it's my Sweetheart Jom. I hope that's the name. Now, that story, I continued with the second episode and I enjoyed it. But by the time that I was like, I didn't realize how long the episode was. I think the episode was like an hour plus or something. I was it felt very long, right? Anyway, there was something that the story has turned very lessony, as in it feels like a story where it's just it's just there to have shenanigans and then mostly lessons. And I don't know how I really vibe with that. And towards the end of the episode, they made a point about parents apologizing for their kids and how parents have to let go of their dignity for that, and they're doing that for the love of their child. So children should learn to apologize and all that kind of stuff, right? Blah blah blah. And I understand the point that they were making, but one thing that I feel like the show forgot to add, or at the very least doesn't realize that, is that the child whom you apologize on his behalf, the child, let's say he goes outside, like for example with that scene, the boy got called an orphan by the other guy in a taunting way. He gets mad, he punches him, there's a little bit of a dispute between the fathers, and then the guardian for the boy apologizes, right? In this situation, if I was the kid, yes, I understand that, you, my guardian, you let down your dignity to apologize for me. And sure, good for you. But then I'll feel really bad about the fact that you could not stand up for me. Right? And I feel like that's a point that the show missed. Because yes, you've let down your dignity, but I did not want you to let down your dignity. I wanted to stand up for me. when I came and I told you that this is what's going on or that's what's going on, you're not supposed to go out there and be like, I'm sorry for whatever my son or daughter did. You should stand up for me. You should listen to what I have to say, and at the very least, believe me. And yes, don't turn into a big fight, but you should understand. You should stand up for me in a way that just will make me feel cool, good and stuff. Because when you think about it, if you are the kid, you don't want to put your guardian in any position where they would have to let down their dignity and apologize on your behalf, even though you were right in the situation. So the next time this kid goes out and gets bullied, he's not going to fight back because he knows that when he does and it turns into a bit of a dispute, his guardian will have to come and apologize on his behalf, and that would make him feel bad for having have his guardian do that. So he would then keep on getting bullied and bullied and bullied, and that's not. I feel like that shouldn't be the lesson of the story, in my opinion. So I didn't really care for that, but I did enjoy the episode overall. It felt silly. The guy is very, as they call it, spoiled brat. Yeah, he was given a lot of that with that naughty vibe, and the story. Their love story so far feels very let's call it guardian young boy. It's given father son kind of energy because one of them, I think the Captain Jom, he's mainly there to just guide the other guy, and then the other guy is just like a naughty kid who, or a sports kid that Jom has to guide, and it's coming off very, I don't know, very parental, and I don't know how I don't know about that. That's what I'm gonna say about that because I don't know how I feel about it. But I did enjoy the show. I did enjoy the episode. It felt fun and felt good. Now moving on to the third story, which is my sweetheart Jom. Wait, sorry, sweetheart service. There are two stories with the same title. I mean, some part of it. Anyway, with this story, uh, the second episode was good. The second episode was good. I did enjoy it. I'm sorry, third episode. The third episode was good. I did enjoy it. It had little moments here and there that I didn't really vibe with, but overall, I like it. Um, I don't really have much to say about it. Just it feels like a nice show to watch, right? That's how I can say about it. So let's move on to the next story, and that is the Loy Kaew First Love, right? That show too, it's very silly. It has a similar energy as the Sweetheart Jom. In terms of the silliness, it does have a bit of awkward moments here and there, but it has a good balance between the silly moments and the lesson moments. As in, when it gets deep, and when it gets silly. But there's little awkward moments here and there. But I did enjoy the story. I do love the main lead, and they look really cute. And the story is very first love. I mean, it's right in the title, right? It is that. So anyway, that's what I have to say about these stories. Overall, I enjoy all of them. I enjoy them for what they are, and they are nice and okay to watch. So if you're looking for stories to watch, you can try them out and have fun. Anyway, if you like the video, you can like it or share or subscribe or comment. Let's talk about what we also yeah, you can also talk about what you thought about the story and agree or disagree with me. Anyway, that's all I have to say. See you next time. Bye.